Doing good. How are you?
Well, I guess we have to start with what were the words on that mound visit based on.
I kind of don't really remember. I just know that I was needed to stop being, timid a little bit or trying to fill out the situation, but rather than just going in there and just executing, which he made a good point of, and I was able to do it. So.
Yeah, what do you make of Jay and his staff's ability to sort of know what makes each player tick and when to have those pull aside conversations and what it sort of does for you guys?
I think it's just comes down to relationships, to be honest, and they know who they can get after a little bit, who they can't. There's different coaching styles for different players. I think they can do a really good job of that with each player and to pull the best from them in any situation that they put them in. So I'd just say, relationships and just knowing their player at the end of the day.
With the bullpen in particular, you guys have been on a nice string here the last couple games. Just what do you think has worked for you guys the last couple weeks?
I'd say Chris Martin, our strength coach, started getting with us in the bullpen, and he's done a really good job of getting us ready for the situations that we're about to go in. And he's a genius. He knows everybody more than we know ourselves. From the body and just getting warmed up, and he's been a huge part of that. So.
2 straight SEC series away from home. What do you think coming back home? How weird was it to be on the road that long?
It's definitely feels weird to be away for that long, but at the end of the day, it's really cool going to those other SEC parks and just seeing their field and their atmosphere. It definitely makes you appreciate yours when you're at home, but it's going to be really good being back here for the next couple weeks.
Coach said you have like a knack for understanding pitching, and maybe you could be a pitching coach here someday. But so do you think you sort of have that, and what makes you sort of curious about the ins and outs of pitching?
I don't know. I just kind of was curious on, there's this new developing thing of just analytics and stuff like that, and I'm not saying that I'm an analytic guy or anything like that, but I'd like to, blend a little bit of the old school when it needs to be, and then the analytics when they need to be as well. So I think both can help each other out with guys that really like analytics or they really don't. They don't want to pay attention to any of that. I think I kind of fall in between that of, just what works for me, and later on, if I do coach, I guess, then I guess I can have a better understanding of that. So
because of how powerful analytics are in the game, it feels like we're getting more and more away from the old school's vibe of that style of pitching. What is that? How would you describe what old school pitching is?
It's just kind of not letting the technology and stuff like that take you away from getting outs, and it's the number one thing is getting guys out. At the end of the day, whatever it says on the TrackMan or whatever, it's not going to help you out when you're on the mound, out there by yourself and trying to get out. So it's just that's where I fall in between.
You guys get the TrackMan data now during games, just through
the
SEC stuff?
No, we kind of stay away from it. It's just competing and during the games. And then if a guy wants to go look at it after, they have every right to. But if they don't, they don't. So it's whatever the guy prefers.
What helps you when you're out there on the mound? What helps you? Maybe way too simple of a question, but what helps you get outs?
Just knowing that I don't have to do too much. That I execute the first part of my plan is get first pitch strike, and then the second part is to be early in the head, 2 out of 3 for the strikes, and then the third part is just put them away, whether that's pop-up, ground ball, or strikeout, just putting them away, getting that out. So I try to keep to those 3 parts and kind of like as a little list of just that's what I'm trying to do. So
like simplicity is kind of
just keeping it simple. Yep, for sure.
Obviously, you and Gavin are pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
So how has he dealt with this sort of news and moving forward?
Yeah, he's been a great teammate through it. He's been helping out guys with just be more comfortable out there since he's done it the past 2 years here, and I think he's done a great job of being a teammate and being on the bench for us and helping guys out when they need to be helped out.
Is there another level you think you can reach this year?
Oh, for sure. I think I started out okay, and then I kind of hit a little rough patch that for myself I consider I hit a rough patch, and then now I have a lot more confidence going in what I've been working on and stuff like that. So I'm really confident for the outings ahead and for the rest of the season for sure.
How'd you kind of discover that confidence again?
Just different things that I would do, warming up and stuff like that, and drills and stuff that just helps me be better. Have a better understanding of what I need to feel on the mound and stuff like that.
How's Jamie Tutko helped you out?
He's helped me out a lot. Him and Coach Yesty have helped me out a lot mentally, and just knowing who I am as a pitcher, letting me do what I do naturally, and kind of setting out a game plan and trying to execute it the best I can.
What's a game day morning look like for you?
I try to get up. I have a dog, so I got to take her out and feed her and stuff like that. But take her on a little walk and then try to get some breakfast and then kind of just hang out a little bit. We don't have to get to the field depending on the game time. If it's 6:30, I'll probably get to the field around 2 o'clock. So kind of just get to hang out a little bit, relax and get out of the sun before I have to, go to competition mode. So, it's just nothing too crazy like some morning routines that you see on social media, but it's just a kind of a simple morning routine. Yeah.
Do you eat the same thing every game day morning, or you mix it up?
Nah, I don't even really pay attention to what I eat, to be honest. It's whatever I'm, I guess, feeling that morning.
No face plunges for you? Or?
No, no face punches, no.
No banana peels in the face.
No.
Luis has done a lot for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Kade was supposed to start yesterday, but he was sick. Coach said, just how valuable has he been to the team?
He's
so often.
He's a bulldog. He's Coach Johnson was saying in the dugout. He's made sure everybody heard it yesterday. He's a bulldog. He just went out of nowhere. It was like Kade was starting, and then I'm not feeling good, and Luis didn't even think twice about it, and he put on his gear and caught William Schmidt's a pregame bullpen right away, and didn't think twice about it, didn't complain, and went out there and competed. And we really needed that and out of him, and he's been doing that all season, So he's definitely been a huge contributor for the pitching staff as well, helping him out, and then just at the plate as well. So he's a great teammate and a great guy.
What's it do for you guys to have Jared defensively at first base?
Oh, not too many runners, I guess. I feel like they get kind of timid running down towards first base when they see him at first base catching the ball. But I'd say he's I don't know. Somebody was saying that he's made big strides from last year defensively, and I was like, well, shoot, I don't know what he looked like before, but he looks really pretty good right now. But he's been making some really good plays over there, and you need that with. I think it just makes the infielders have a little bit more comfortability throwing the ball over to him in those situations. So, with how big he is and at the plate as well. So, yeah.
What have you learned about your game through StatCast and all that stuff?
I don't really pay attention to it too much during the season. I just kind of know where I need to be throwing the baseballs, to be honest. Where I need to be executing pitches, and then, it's just trying to just do that as much as I can.
With Gavin now being out for the season, how has he sort of taken this news, and how's the team sort of digesting this unfortunate event?
Yeah, obviously, I think no one wants to go through that situation, but I think he's done a good job of being that supportive teammate in the dugout, and you never really saw him complain about it once, and I think that just goes to show you the character he has. So I just think that it's obviously a tough situation, but it means he's able to come back next year and play for the Tigers.
Going from Friday to Thursday a couple weeks ago, is there anything you take from having one less day to implement into this performance or this weekend in terms of your preparation, anything?
Yeah, obviously I just go kind of day by day and see how my body feels, and kind of that's how I determine how many throws I play and catch. And I really don't really see it any other way. I still have 6 days rest. That's a long time compared to some guys that throw 3 times on a weekend, and so it's not that different for me.
You obviously hold yourself to a really high standard. I guess just can you reflect on your past start, what you thought you did well, want to improve on?
Yeah, I thought I did well and put my team in a situation to win, and obviously we didn't pull through, but just continue to get back out there and hold myself to a standard, but also understanding that the teams we play are pretty good as well. So just getting back out there, obviously it sucks that we lost, but definitely looking to put ourselves in a win column this week, and I think that just goes to show you the kind of team we have, because yesterday we played pretty well and just kind of getting to that next step.
From your perspective, what have you seen from your bullpen recently?
Yeah, we've been pretty dominant. It's been fun to watch, and I think that just goes to show you the reflection that the work we've been putting in, and obviously we didn't have the best start when the season started, just kind of continue to put in the work, and it's been showing off.
135 pitches, how'd you feel the next day?
I felt actually pretty good. Christian Martin put me through a pretty good mobility workout, kind of just get my body and the blood flowing. So it's nothing new. I've thrown a lot of pitches in high school before, so kind of got used to that. But like I said, I think Coach Johnson kind of knew where I was at in that game, and I was. It wasn't really competitive pitches because I think I was just rolling at that point. So I think if I would have put myself with a runner on or two, I think I would have got pulled. But I was rolling. So
Having that moment, I know it was a couple of weeks ago now, it was one of the better baseball moments you've had in your career. Like just kind of put it into perspective, I guess, a little bit.
yeah, I think that is probably the best outing I've had. But continue to work on. I think that it could have been better, honestly, in my opinion. I think that first inning could have got away and walked a couple guys. So I mean, I think the goal for me, really, I want no walks every game, and I think that's something that I can really strive to improve on.
Some of the guys we saw yesterday consistently pitch the way they did. Where does that take the team?
Yeah, I think that that's huge for the development of LSU for the next 3 years. And I think two or three freshmen pitched yesterday, and I mean they were dominant. And I think that just kind of goes to show you the recruiting that Coach Johnson and JJ have done. We're just so deep, and I think that it's going to pay off for the long run. And I think next year we're looking really good as well.
How about right now for the team? Right, how does it help?
Yeah, it helps, and I think that it saves the guys for the weekend. Not having to pitch Kaysen and Zach Cowan on a Tuesday really helps them stay fresh and get ready for the weekend.
What made you ready to be Friday night starter?
It's a tough question. I think the middle game has helped me a lot with kind of learning from Coach Yeski, and I think, like John said, I think I have a really high standard for myself. That helps too.
When did you get there? Do you feel like, did it happen before you showed up on campus, or did it happen over the course of last year at some point? Or
yeah, I think this fall, I think I kind of learned a lot from Coach Yeski, and I think when the freshmen came in, I think that is kind of a step up for me and needing to be the leader kind of guy, and kind of show them the ropes, and I think that kind of helped me kind of boost a step in my direction as well.
And Jared at first base defensively, you make a lot of pick moves, so you guys obviously have to have that kind of connection. But what's he do for you guys there defensively at first base?
Yeah, he's really good at communicating, and I think that every time there's a lefty up, he's always going to get over, and kind of just communication as a first baseman is key. And obviously, when you got a dude that can hit 30 home runs a year, it obviously puts a lot less stress on a pitcher.
Is there a side of the rubber you prefer to throw on?
I work on both sides of the rubber. Against lefties, I work on one side, and righties against the other.
What does that sort of give you?
Yeah, I think it's a tunneling effect, and lefty-lefty, when I'm all the way on the side, it just makes it a little tougher. So that's something I kind of switched in the middle of the season. Jamie has helped me out with what's gonna work the best and be the most effective.
And lefties is towards first base side, righties third. Okay.
Yeah.
How hard is that to do? Because I know pitching, there's a lot of, for you have to be comfortable, right? Like, was it hard to do that?
No, I think that I think it was pretty easy for me, and I think that kind of resolves around just being athletic and not truly being like a pitcher that is set in one direction, just kind of being versatile.
One thing the offense has excelled with is two-out hitting, like we saw yesterday. From your perspective as a pitcher, like, what makes teams good at two-out scoring?
Yeah, I think it's the two-strike approach, which I think Auburn did a good job of that this weekend. And but I mean, our team is just so good in two-strike counts, and I think that Coach Johnson told me yesterday that we're leading the country in two-strike at batting average. So that goes to show you the kind of the fight every guy has, and we're never out of the battle. So I think that even this weekend when we were struggling at times, like 8th, 9th inning, we really still believed that we had a chance of winning that game, and no matter who was pitching and what situation. So I think that we're ready to roll and continue to work.
Do you change the way you pitch when you guys are shifting defensively?
No, technically I just throw whatever pitch Coach Yeske calls. So if I give him a base hit, it's most likely my fault. It's misexecution. So
You don't notice that at all, then behind you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, pay attention to where the guys are at, but if I make my pitch, it works out in my favor. So
What's a early key in the game when you're coming off of an outing that you didn't necessarily enjoy or want? Like, what's an early key in that next game that you sort of look for personally?
Yeah, I think that every game is different, and last weekend my fastball command wasn't as good as it usually is, so that's something that we can definitely piece together and keep working on. But I think every game you're gonna have different pitches working better than others, so just really about just being in the moment and kind of getting after it.
Would you want to be pitching coach someday?
I'm not sure if I could be, because you got to give him a lot of credit. He does a really good job, and it takes a lot. So I think that I could be one day maybe, but I'm worried about being a player right now.
Jay was saying Connor Benge could maybe be a pitching coach one day. Do you get that vibe off of him, just in terms of how he goes about his business as a pitcher?
Yeah, I think it all comes back to he's a good dude, and I think that people can trust him, and he throws like 5 or 6 pitches, so he knows how to pitch. So yeah, I think that one day I think a lot of the guys on our pitching staff could be pitching coaches. So yeah.
Is there a big mix of what you would classify as old school pitchers versus sort of the new school on the staff?
Yeah, I think there is. There's a couple guys that kind of tend to lean to Jamie, which is our like analytics guy that always has the iPad with all the crazy numbers. I don't really get into it, but yeah, we have a couple guys like that, and a couple guys, I guess, like me that just, if I throw the pitch to the right spot, it's probably going to work out.
Before the year, you said you guys had 3 different teams that could win a national championship. Do you feel like the best version of this team is taking shape?
Yeah, I think we pretty much have a set lineup at this point. We got a couple guys that are really in and out in the outfield, but I think that we truly do have 2 or 3 teams that could put up a good fight, and just goes to show you the recruiting once again. I think that for years to come, I think LSU is going to be in the driver's seat, so it's exciting.
Was it kind of interesting pitching against Sammy?
Yeah, it's fun. He's a really good dude. I talked to him the day after, and he's one of those guys that you root for. Even though he's not on your team, you root for him.
You have a chance to get a look at what Justin LeBron does at the plate, and how do you sort of attack him?
Yeah, I actually played. He was on my travel ball team in high school, so yeah, it'll be a fun little matchup, but I'm not really worried about it.